Hi, welcome to Universal Interiors. I'm Leslie Engelstead, and today I have a girlfriend, my guest, Jill Unruh.
Hello. Thank you for having me here
well,
today.
It is such a pleasure.
Thank
We're
you.
girlfriends from hockey is where our friendship started, but it didn't take long, and I knew I'd have a lot in common with her. She has a whole lot of beauty inside and a lot of brain, too, I have discovered through the last few seasons. But we were talking recently about a class that she's taken, and I would love for you to just tell us about that class that you're in.
It's really interesting, and it has completely made a difference in my life. And I feel like I've always been a positive person,
Right.
but I believe that we need help.
Yes.
And as we get inundated with all of these things in our world, if you turn on the TV, so much of it is negative.
Yeah, it's just so
and
true.
even listening to people out in the real world, they're complaining about a lot of things, and a
Yes.
lot of things with our economy and the government and just the state that
Yeah.
all of us are in. And so I have my own business, and I have been in it for 21 years.
And your business is?
I'm a sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and I love it because I have clients, but I also mentor a team. So I have
Nice.
about 130 consultants on my team all across the United States. So I need to find a way to work with them. And so, of course, the local ones, I work with the local ones locally.
Right.
But I've been taking this coaching class.
Okay,
And
the class is
it's a neuroscience class.
Science is right.
And it's about busting ruts in your life. And I heard about it a little bit, and then I heard some friends who were attending it, and they told me it just blew their mind.
Really? 'Cause
Blew their mind.
It's working.
It's all
up
about
here,
the
right?
it's all about the mind and how science is intertwined in it. So I love it because I used to be a high school science teacher, and so all of this is coming together in my world with mentoring women. But of course, we can all use it in our daily life as
Right.
well.
And as you said, just the bombing that we have constantly from
Yes.
all different sources, but that negatives that just hang and heavy so much. One of the points I
around it.
remember Jill had said to me about how much of our past, is it daily? I thought that was
Yes,
so interesting.
daily. I was just reading it again last night that 85% of what you think about today, you thought of yesterday. And so what that means is every day, just a little bit is added.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what causes us to be creatures of habit.
Right.
So if you get into a
Not
bad
necessarily
habit,
good, right.
If you get into a bad habit, many times people will do the same thing for their entire life. If they're in a certain type of home situation, they will probably be in that same type of home situation
Even if they
later in
didn't
life.
like it.
Even
They
if they
just-
didn't like it, they just assume this is my
Okay.
life and this is what it's going to be.
Yeah, rather than just tapping into how God created us to just take on what we've been given and go
Oh,
up, like you said,
absolutely.
and explode you as
And
you have. Yeah.
And I think God has given us so many talents
Sure.
that sometimes we don't acknowledge those gifts and talents. And this class is helping all of us, me and my team, realize, oh,
Wow.
I'm getting into this rut, this bad rut. How can I get out of it? So we start out by listing our gifts and talents and all the things we're good at. And it's not bragging.
Oh, for
It's
fun.
becoming aware. And so I even emailed 4 friends that really work with me. Like they see me not just fun at the hockey arena, but in a work situation. And I said, tell me some great things about me and tell me why I'm amazing. Not just something I'm good at, but something I'm amazing at, that I
Nice.
stand out at. And so
Yay.
when you hear that, it just brought tears to my eyes because I thought, oh, I am really good at that. And so we need to be
And we
aware
should
of that.
celebrate that.
We should celebrate.
Right,
It's
and
not
it's just
bragging.
this- no, it really isn't.
It's what
because-
God gives you.
Right, it's that passion inside you. Nobody can do just what you do.
That's
And
right.
so those attaboys that we're all search for, why not just like,
Yes.
give it to me here? And you can, you
Absolutely.
know, and then your focus.
It helps you
Raise,
focus because
right?
then you focus on what you're good at
Right.
instead of ripping on yourself for
Right.
what you're not good at.
Yeah.
And so then we really work with our strengths, but also going back to that 85%, we have to be aware of when we get into these ruts stress and the negative thoughts and the negative feelings.
Writing down, does that help you? Or do you just
absolutely.
calls to mind? Or
journaling about what you are grateful for every day.
You know, Jill, I was just
Every
finishing
day.
up a study just called 1,000 Gifts, and we spoke about that, Uni and I did, a little bit ago, and writing down, just finding 1,000, I mean, you can start with obviously one, but you just go down and you find the simplest things of the joy, simplest pleasures. But that is interesting. I love what you just said, to find it about yourself, to bring out the good stuff.
Right.
My precious friend Raina will always be a little bit hard on herself, and Uni and I are a little bit more like, ooh, we love ourselves. And you know, we don't mean to sound prideful.
No.
We just know that God's given us those things.
It's grateful.
And it's grateful.
Being
Perfect.
grateful and using the gifts that God gave you, so that you can really become the best person you can be, but then it spills into other areas of your life and into your family.
Into your family, and she's got such a beautiful family.
Oh, thank you. I love them all. And I hear my kids saying things that I've been teaching them and that Greg has been teaching them. And you know, about looking at the positive part of something. Even after a hockey game, instead of us telling them what they did wrong or it didn't go well, we say, what do you think went well? And we have them discuss what went well.
And that is so healthy.
It is healthy.
And like you said, I mean, I've not known you for more than a few years, but it was definitely, oh, she's such a positive person. But then Jill went through some health issues, and working through those things, I recognize how we are so intertwined. Spirit, soul, mind, you know, body is all right there. And you're working these, but like you said, ruts, whatever they might be, get them out of there. And start to just get healthy. And you were, like you said, not unhealthy too much before this, but all of a sudden you knew. You had made some changes, but now you're just like, wait, I can do better than this. And so you take this class and you take it on to, now you're sharing with all your team and all those people that you have such a part of. And it's really exciting to hear about it. But and it seems like common sense, doesn't it, Jill? But it's not, though.
And that's what, you know, I guess I was raised in I had great parents, and it was a really positive environment at our home. But I'm not saying it was perfect. But we always were taught to figure out a way. Always to figure out a way. And I think that's how I became resourceful. I think that's one of my talents and gifts, is being resourceful. And so when I started working with a lot of different women in Mary Kay, it was different than working with my brothers and being outside and, you know, doing things at the lake. It was I had to teach them how to have a business and how to get over some of these mental things and mental blocks, some fears. And so we start out by talking about their gifts.
Nice. And that is such a big factor, I think, in how we get healthy. Because recognize that you're going to have to, your business is built on faith because you just presented.
Absolutely.
Or if you had a fear, you wouldn't have built up. Your family, we have to trust that we're building on the faith that we have, that we're doing the right things, that we're presenting, we're disciplining, and all that. So life comes down to just a very simple little recipe, really, doesn't it?
And it's really all about focusing on what you want, not what you don't want. So many people focus on what they don't want. Like if they're going into debt, that's all they do is think about debt and failure and all of this. But what you have to do is focus on the things to get yourself out of debt. And you tell yourself, you tell yourself, I am becoming financially secure.
Absolutely. Look in that mirror, tell yourself some good.
Absolutely.
Because we are conquering those things that have kept us down. And I just want to challenge y'all with Jill's words or mine, but take it to heart. You've got some good things coming your way.
Absolutely.
Tell yourself that. Thanks for joining us today.